Bobby Boucher. Foosball is for the devil. Well, mama, if foosball is for the devil, then call me Satan's slut. Because I am a fucking sucker for football. And in episode number 301 of the Sky Lounge podcast, boys and girls, we bring you Piggyskin Picks 9 review for NFL week number 9. And the pick'ems, 10 out of 14 after back-to-back weeks of 7 out of 14. And you know, maybe it's because of that bad negative energy that I didn't place any bets this week. Should have. But shoulda, coulda, woulda, bitch. Time's gone. And with the time gone, we definitely did enjoy the games of week 9. Although, not to sound like a salty little bitch, Thursday night footballs are just fucking terrible. And when you bring two of the teams in the NFL, in the Green Bay Packers and the San Francisco 49ers, the Seahawks fan gets nauseous. And yeah, I know. I'm pretty sure if you put the fucking Seahawks and the Vikings, you know, Packers and 49ers fans would hate their fucking lives. And I respect that. But listen, the bottom line of this game was, don't let the fucking 34-17 scoreline fool you into thinking this was some sort of competitive game. No. Because the 49ers are dead. They are injured to all hell. There is nobody there yet. We expected some level of competitiveness here? No. And it's so curious because the 49ers all the time, I mean, as of late, you know, barring Bill Walsh's whole dynasty with the 49ers with Joe Montana, Steve Young. The recent 49ers, whenever they go to the Super Bowl, the next year, they die from injury, retirements galore, and then follow that up with 4 to 5 years of mediocrity. So, rubbing my hands together as a Seahawks fan, like, hope we're in that first year of mediocrity. But we're going to see how this goes for the 49ers. I mean, injuries are plaguing this fucking team. I mean, it's a goddamn hospital ward. As for the Packers, what do you fuckers want? What do you fucking assholes want? Especially you fans. Why do you always need a pat on the back for any fucking win or anything that Aaron Rodgers does? Shut the fuck up. You won a game against a really shitty team. Good job. Aaron Rodgers is playing well enough. Good job. Are you really trying to tell me that this is a Super Bowl contending team? It's not. This game showed you flat out. It's not. With the Seahawks. Dude, stop deflecting and projecting. Look at your own fucking game. This Thursday night football game, if anything, told you that the Packers can't start fast. And it's against quality opponents that they will have a fucking headache against. Because if that opponent has some semblance of decent or good defense, this Packers team folds. But if you face a shitty team, oh wow, you win. Whoa. Great. You see how ridiculous you sound right now, Packers? Shut the fuck up. Grab the win, keep going, and prove yourselves in the playoffs. That's really all there is to it now. A lot of these teams that keep pounding their fucking chest like, oh, we're the best team in the AFC or the NFC. Like, no, you're not. You're accumulating wins, but you're not the best yet. Get to the fucking playoffs. See where you fucking go there. But calm the fuck down, bitches. Shit ain't over yet. The season is still going on. But the curious part is we're more than halfway into the fucking season. Crazy how time flies by. And when time flew by into Sunday, I expected a really, really good game between the Buffalo Bills and the Seattle Seahawks. And when I say good game, I'll be honest, I wanted a win. Okay? But it didn't happen. And I was completely wrong on this pick. The Seattle Seahawks got their asses kicked 34-44. And you know what? Here's the thing. This Bills team looks great. And I was wrong about Josh Allen last week. Straight up. I said the Seahawks were going to win because Josh Allen was going to be that kind of dark hole that sunk the Bills down. But quite the opposite. Josh Allen was immaculate in this first half, where I believe he threw 3 touchdowns straight up on this fucking Seattle defense, which we'll talk about in a bit here. But the Bills tore the Seahawks apart and just pressured them all game long on defense. I mean, 4 fucking turnovers on Russell Wilson. This Bills team is great. Now, again, as well as Josh Allen played in this game, I will still tell you that I still put a question mark on Josh Allen. I really do. I like the kid. I like the cut of his jib. But again, get to the playoffs. Show me what you can do. Because the last time I saw him in the playoffs, oh boy, Josh Allen. Tale of 2 very different halves and what one can call choking. But this Bills team is on a great pathway to win their division for the first time. Since the 90s, I suppose. I have no idea, honestly. But what a phenomenal season for the Bills, especially with the Patriots just falling down to all hell. We will talk about that game, which, oh my God, Monday Night Football. That's a whole other fucking basket case that we can talk about. But the Bills are poised to look like the AFC East's best team. And, hell, they dominated the Seahawks. And yeah, with the Seahawks, despite the loss, I will still say this. Russell Wilson is still an MVP candidate. But the turnover, all these losses, the Cardinals and the fucking Bills, 2 really up and rising competitive teams, and their defense mauled Russell Wilson, even though he put up a pretty damn good game, all things considered. What are you, stupid? Of course Russell Wilson's still an MVP candidate. Put Geno Smith in this lineup, motherfucker. Seriously. Wrap your head around this real quick. Okay? Just wrap your head around this real quick. If Russell Wilson went down, okay, if Russell Wilson just happens to go down with an injury, the Seahawks are fucked. They are fucked. Because your backup quarterback is Geno Smith. Geno motherfucking Smith. I love you, Geno. I love your coin tossing magic, but no. As a quarterback, we are not going to have a good time with Geno Smith. Okay? We would be losing games by 2 possessions, not barely eking on by a possession or less, right? But morons won't think that. Even dipshit Seahawks fans won't think that. Oh, Russell hasn't been looking all that great. I don't think he's MVP. Then you're an idiot. And you don't know how to watch this game. Period. It's not just a fucking bias thing. Man, really. Remove Russell Wilson from this team. This Seahawks team would go 6-10. Period. Period. Oh, but you got Jamal Adams and Bobby. Okay, 7-9. What? Bobby and Jamal's going to carry the team with fucking 14 points a game? Shut the fuck up. That's not going to happen. I mean, especially with the fact that you still got Ken Norton Jr. as a defensive coordinator. None of that shit would ever happen. Because he sucks. He fucking sucks. Ken Norton Jr. is ass. Yet, he's still around. I mean, each and every fucking week, this defense gives up how many fucking points? How many goddamn yards? And in pivotal situations, we fucking fart the game away? Man, Ken Norton Jr., I don't know how the fuck you still got this job. I don't know how many fucking times you sucked Pete Carroll's dick. Must have been a lot. Must have been a fucking lot. Because you're still around. And yeah, Pete's going to be around for a long time too. Multi-year contract, which, questionable, man. Questionable. Because this is coming at the risk of losing Skybox Shoddy. Brian Schottenheimer. Because he is an offensive coordinator who is being looked at by every other fucking team, if you haven't noticed. Yeah. That's what offensive coordinators and a lot of, just coordinators in general happen to get an opportunity to show out their brain. Teams are going to fucking look. And that contract for Pete makes me feel uneasy. It really does make me feel uneasy. But as frustrated as I am, the Seahawks are still on a pretty decent path. And, I hope they can figure it out. My gut feeling is that Russell Wilson isn't 100% healthy. Ken Norton Jr. as a defensive coordinator is a fucking mistake. And honestly, I think this year should have been Pete Carroll's last season. But no one else is going to tell you that shit. Right? But Pete brought this winning coach. I understand that. I do. I totally get that. But if you don't win the Super Bowl this season, Pete, there's going to be a lot of question marks, isn't there? Yeah. So, buckle up, assholes. Go Hawks. Go Hawks. Yeah, I bitch about my team. I get angry. I criticize, but still love them. Still cheer for them. Still support them. And so hopefully this upcoming week against the Rams, they can bounce back and grab a win in LA. Now, the Houston Texans took on the Jacksonville Jaguars and won 27-25. What the fuck? Okay, Houston, cool. You won a game. You understand your team is fucked every goddamn way till Sunday because of Bill O'Brien. Right? I might have mucked up my speech there, but Bill O'Brien mucked up this organization for years. J.J. Watt basically wants to leave this fucking team. Deshaun Watson is being spread around the trade rumor mill, whatever, man. My energy and devotion shouldn't be dedicated to talking about the fucking Texans. That's why faux pas, stutters, word tripping, I don't give a fuck. This team isn't worth my time. Neither are the Jaguars, to be quite honest. Fire Doug Marrone. Luton, new quarterback. Shut up. Fire Doug Marrone, assholes. You have no balls. Just move to London. Nobody wants you. Fuck off. Good God, Jags. Fucking suck, dude. You sound just like an angry bitch. You know, certain organizations are such failures that they should be called out for their ineptitude. They should be called out for their inefficiencies. They should be called out for their shittiness. And I am fucking sick and tired of fans just, everything's okay. Shut up. If it's bad, call it out. Fuck. You can't fucking tell me that the Houston Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars are decent fucking teams, especially with this close game. They're both dumpster fires. They're going nowhere. Maybe up or down in the draft lottery, but that's about it. Trash-ass teams in the AFC South in the Jags and the Texans. Fucking A, man. You want to talk about some real trash teams? Oh, let's talk about these two NFC East bitches. And the New York Giants and the Washington Redskins. And yes, I got this pick incorrect. And you know what? I don't really give a fuck. Because, again, this is the kind of game I just do not want to devote my energy and time into. I just don't. You're watching bits and pieces of this game, watching Alex Smith get mauled by this Giants defense that hasn't stopped a fucking thing all season long. But, yeah, sure. Show out against the DC assholes, Washington Redskins, team with no name, football team. Fuck you, Giants. They're goddamn worthless. Gettleman and Jones. Yeah, those two names will live in infamy forever. And I hope for you Giants fans, like you get the worst of the worst from these two. I know the fans don't deserve it. It's the organization that fucked them. But I don't know, man. What is it with New York sports teams that always has to carry that fucking air of arrogance with nothing proven? We beat the Patriots. That was Eli. That was Eli. And almost a decade ago. Are you still resting on your laurels there? That's what dying legacy assholes do. So, yeah, Giants, have fun with that. Have fun with embracing that reality. Now, the reality that the Indianapolis Colts have to embrace is the fact that they need an actual quarterback, not named Philip Rivers. Yeah. The Ravens go on to win their game against the Colts 24-10. And again, I got this pick correct. No shit, because it's the fucking Ravens. And even if Lamar Jackson is having a shitty year, the team's kind of set. So, not much to look into the Ravens except, Lamar Jackson hasn't been great this season. Depreciation is real. And, not looking great. But the Colts, I mean, even worse off. Even worse off. You seriously tricked yourself into thinking that Philip Rivers was your answer. He wasn't. Oh, we can replace him. We have a spectacular O-line. We got decent enough weapons. We got a pretty outstanding defense. All we need is Philip Rivers. Who was the quarterback that kind of carried your team for a good number of years? Oh yeah, Andrew Luck. Yeah, you're trying to replace his production with Philip Rivers? Oh my God. You gotta go back and figure out your quarterback situation in Indianapolis Colts. You're not doing shit with Philip Rivers. That's just facts. Why? Philip Rivers has tapes, stats, and fucking numbers over the last 2-3 years to show you how much he has been depreciating. But you ignore that shit and gave him a 1-year deal because you thought he was going to make you competitive. Oh, God. You're not even the best team in your division. I love when teams fool themselves into you were just one piece off, and that one piece happens to be a dud. Good God, Philip Rivers? Really? We didn't watch the fucking 2-3 years with the Chargers for the last few seasons and thought this is the answer? Really? Okay. All right, Colts. Have fun in Delusion Land. And hey, you're going to be joining the Cats in the Detroit Lions because they have residency there in Delusion Land. And the residents of Delusion Land in the Lions got their asses beat 20-34 by the Minnesota Vikings after having somewhat of a lead. Of course they did. Of course they fucking did. This is the fucking Lions. Like, bro, stop pretending you're going to do anything with this team. Good Lord, from top to bottom, flush everything out. Ownership, GM, Matt Patricia, the head coach, and Matt Stafford, the quarterback. All you goddamn wannabe analytics nerds that are also Detroit fans who always defends Matt Stafford, stop it. Stop it. He's bang average at best. At best, he is bang average. Kirk Cousins has more of an impact than Matt Stafford. Really think about that for a second. Yeah. The Lions just pissed me off. I got a really great buddy of mine who's a Lions fan, but As an outsider, I always voice my disdain towards shitty organizations, and this is no exception. How the fuck do you delude yourself into thinking this situation will work? And of course, it always starts from ownership. But man, each and every fucking level of this team is just infuriating. And they deserve this loss. They totally deserve this loss. Because on the other end of the spectrum, you got the Vikings, who they got dick punched pretty early this season, but man, that fucking win against the Packers has really risen them up. And now, granted, I did shit on the Packers for a bit. They're not as great as we all think, and this Lions team is shit. Now, how good is this Vikings team? I have no idea. But what I do know is that Mike Zimmer is probably doing the most smartest fucking thing, or maybe it's Gary Kubiak, the offensive coordinator for the Minnesota Vikings, but they are doing some brilliant shit down there, which is not giving Kirk Cousins the ball. Yeah. Giving the ball solely to Dalvin Cook. You win games. He rushes for back-to-back 200 yards. Who knew? You don't give the ball to Kirk Cousins, you could potentially win games at a higher rate. That's a fucking shocker, right? Not really. No. Dirk Cousins sucks. And for somebody to finally say, fuck this guy. Fuck him. We got Matheson and we got Cook. Fuck him. Just give the fucking running backs the ball. We need other guys to run the ball? Fuck it. We'll have Jeffrey. Is it Justin Jeffrey? Justin Jeffrey, who's that fucking receiver for the Minnesota Vikings, that rookie. I apologize if I'm not getting the name correctly, but this kid has been absolutely phenomenal. And you can make some fucking run plays with him. Why the hell not? Dude is pure speed, right? Just never fucking give the ball to Kirk Cousins. It's like a genius answer. It's the most retarded but genius answer the Vikings could have concocted, and they are now winning. Maybe they keep this going. I have no idea, but good to see Dalvin Cook doing some monstrous things. I mean, this guy, in my mind, could steal the MVP right from under us. Dalvin Cook is just having that much of a monstrous season. I mean, I look at it, and it feels very reminiscent to Sean Alexander or Adrian Peterson's MVP season. Not similar, not the same shit, of course, but similar fashion of carrying the team, putting wins on the board with his fucking legs and his back. So, great stuff there from Dalvin Cook. And seriously, man, keep the fucking ball off of Dirk Cousins' hands. It's just gross. But what's grosser is the Chicago Bears. Yeah. I know, Bears fans. I know you're going to get all up in your fucking feelings, but your team is ass. They've been ass for quite some time. And it's only now that we're finally seeing this in full view. And it's nice. It's nice. Some honesty with the Chicago Bears. You're not that good. You never were that good. Matt Nagy, meh head coach. Big Dick Nick and Mitch Trubisky quarterback tandem, definitely not your answer. Your defense is still pretty damn potent, but everything else, not much of a hope talk here for the Bears fans. I'm giving you some real talk. Don't expect playoffs. Just don't. Honestly, I don't see you winning a lot of games coming up. I haven't seen your schedule, but I doubt your skills. I doubt your personnel. And I certainly doubt your coaching. As for the Titans, I mean, you're doing it well. I'm not surprised that you're winning all these games, but can you tighten up your defense a little bit? Tighten up that Titan defense? Huh? That's going to be your Achilles heel, man. We all know this. I mean, Titans fans, I'm pretty sure you know this too. this defense, it's a question mark every week. Will they do well? Oh. Will they be the copycat cousins of the Legion of Boom? Always, every fucking week. You just don't know. So if the Titans can tighten up that defense, they're going to be a fucking force to be reckoned with when in the AFC. I apologize. And again, I have a really great feeling that if the Titans can tighten that defense up, keep it going on offense, they're going back to the AFC Championship. I really do believe that. And potentially against the Kansas City Chiefs again, who hosted the Carolina Panthers and barely won 33-31. Who said it was going to be a close game? And they'll kind of cover the spread, the Panthers. Me. And this is where you really have to look at Christian McCaffrey. And if you watch this game and you say that man is not the best running back in the league, you are out of your goddamn mind. You are out of your fucking mind. Oh, it's Derrick Henry. It's Dalvin Cook. Respect to Derrick Henry. Respect to Dalvin Cook. But it's not even fucking close. It's Christian McCaffrey. He is the best running back in the league. And this game proved to you why he is the best running back in the league. He can catch, he can run, he can block, and he can fly. That's a quote from the movie Hook, Robin Williams and Dustin Hoffman. But Christian McCaffrey is truly a sight to behold. He is a magic factor that makes this Panthers team fly. And man, Matt Rule doing some wonderful things down there in Carolina. And, you know, I'm not a Panthers fan at all. And, you know, I will be very vocal about my disdain towards Cam Newton and that squad that beat the Seattle Seahawks in the divisional game and lost in the Super Bowl. I mean, that team still has a bad taste in my mouth. But this Matt Rule squad, pretty impressive. Matt Rule is creating a very, very interesting culture down there in the Panthers, and you're wondering how this is all going to plan and pan out, you know, in the upcoming future. And I've said early in the season that, you know, it's going to be a growing pain season kind of for the Panthers, but this is one of those games where I really thought, ooh, this Panthers team is going to be real fucking mean in the upcoming years. And you know, I can't really say a lot about the Chiefs. I mean, you hung on, you stood there, your team got, you know, sucker punched a little bit, but you still got the win. So I can't really shit on the Chiefs all that much, other than saying that you don't look all that spectacular as the Super Bowl win, but it's like, well, that's just nitpicking at that point, right? I still think the team to beat in the NFL is the Kansas City Chiefs. Obviously defending Super Bowl champions, but when you look at the games and teams all across the league, I don't think there is any team that you can definitively say they are the best team in the NFL. And shut your fucking mouths about the Steelers. We'll get to them in a bit because no, not the best team. Knock it off. But let's talk about the Denver Broncos and the Atlanta Falcons before we bitch about that. The Broncos brought it close against the Falcons. 27-34. And you know what? That tells you a lot about this Broncos team. There's a lot of scrappy dudes. They fight. They grind out. And you would think if there weren't all these significant injuries, I mean, namely Von Miller, you would think that this Broncos team would have been double-digit win season kind of team. But not the case this year. Not the case this year. I got a lot of close buds who are Broncos fans, and a brother of mine always says this. You're a champion, a draft lottery winner, or you're just a loser. So for him, I mean, losing games when you're having a losing season is the equivalent of winning. So respect on that front. But we all know in this game, the true losers are the Atlanta Falcons. Yes. Because they always fail in one way or the other. Winning this game for the Falcons feels like they just shot themselves in the foot with a good draft pick. I mean, they did that last season too, but it's just so ridiculous when they repeat the same shit over and over again, expecting different results. That's the definition of insanity. But the Falcons don't really dabble in reason or logic. But free Julio Jones, please. Free Julio. Your organization sucks and it should control Alt-Delete and just burn that shit down. Fuck you. Terrible. Now, on to the Sunday afternoon games. The Raiders took on the Chargers. Chargers lost 31-26. Dude, no one gives a shit about you. You're not an LA team, and holy fuck. You choke worse than the fucking Falcons do. You really do. It's astonishing how bad you are at times. Oh, Justin Herbert, congratulations. You have a quarterback, but nothing else. Your head coach, suspect most of the times. Defense, dead, because mostly injuries and lack of effort. Raiders, I don't really have much to say. You won. Good job. Keep going. Stop resting on your laurels. I mean, you guys do this all the time. You get one win, it's the fucking greatest fucking thing in the world, dude. Keep going. Winning against the Chargers, not the greatest thing, not the Nobel Peace Prize, is it? So keep going, Raiders. Keep going. See what else can you do. Now, the next game, I got incorrect, but I was right about what this game was going to be. The Miami Dolphins taking on the Arizona Cardinals turned out to be the best game of the week. And what did I tell you, motherfuckers? Kyler versus Tua. The fucking battle of the future for years on end. Maybe a Super Bowl. Hopefully. But, man, if the NFL is smart, you put this matchup at least once or twice a year, if possible. I don't know. I don't know how you fucking make that happen twice a year. Of course, I mean, Super Bowl, that's the only other fucking way that happens. But we got to try to get Kyler Murray and Tua Tagovailoa fighting against each other more and more and more, because that's the kind of fucking brilliant NFL quarterback TV that we must have, man. And yeah, dude, I'm a Seahawks fan. I don't like the Cardinals, but man, that Kyler Murray kid is great. Tua Tagovailoa is absolutely fantastic. So just watching this as a football fan was great. I mean, obviously the Cardinals losing makes me happy, but just as a football fan, watching these two cats compete against each other, oh boy, can't wait for the years on end that we're going to be able to see this, and hopefully in the biggest stage possible. Now, the next game we have the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Dallas Cowboys, and yeah, the Steelers won, but you guys looked really inept. And you play down to your competition almost every fucking week to the point it's nauseatingly annoying. And you win games, and that only masks and hides the fact that you aren't all that great. Your perfect record doesn't mean shit. It's the same thing with the fucking 49ers last season where I said, this doesn't mean anything. You're actually not all that good. Same kind of fucking scenario. Get salty all you want. Big Ben? Question mark. How much fucking steroids are you pumping into that motherfucker right now? Probably a lot. Cocktail that with some fucking painkillers too. Mix that up. Stir it. Drink it. And the one thing the Dallas Cowboys might want to drink, ownership, fans, everything, probably cyanide. This season is so terrible. I don't even know what to fucking say about the Cowboys, man. I don't even hate them. This is just a dog shit season, and there's really nothing much you can do. Embrace the suck. Hope for a better draft pick. That's really it. And for Sunday Night Football, man, I think everybody got this pick incorrect. The New Orleans Saints beat the shit out of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the Battle of the AARP Quarterbacks Part 2. And Tom fell down and I can't get up. Because the Bucs just had nothing going. I mean, that 2017 Pro Bowl, old man Tom couldn't get shit rolling. As for the Saints, you got the win. Great. Michael Thomas showed up. Great. How are you going to choke in the playoffs this season? Because you always do. You always do. You'll always find a way to do it. So, let me know how that goes, bitch. And speaking of bitches, the Jets. Jets fans, don't take this personally. Your team might be one of the worst fucking things in sports right now. And yeah, I'm including the Houston Astros in this too. The Jets are fucking terrible. You don't deserve Trevor Lawrence, period. You're going to ruin him and probably end his career way too soon. Why do you exist? Joe Namath. Oh my God. So what? That's it? Great. Patriots, broken season, rebuild season. You know the drill. Cam sucks. We all know this now. And get a quarterback. And some receivers. Like athletic and good receivers. Remember, you took N'Keal Harry over DK Metcalf. Never forget that shit. Fun times. Fun times. And ultimately, kids, NFL is usually a fun time. Even if we're shitting on teams. Like every week. But that's the beauty in it. That's the beauty of this game. And the next episode of the Sky Lounge podcast, we're going to be talking about video games. Yeah. Some of my favorites of all time. Because yes, today is the 9-year anniversary of Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. So I definitely want to talk about that. Maybe play that a little bit tonight. And we'll check back with you tomorrow. All right, motherfuckers. I appreciate you dropping by this episode. Follow me at the Sky Lounge on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Podcasts. And also check out the Sky Lounge on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, as we are still suspended on Twitter. Until next time, kids. Fuck off.